Yes, you're absolutely right. There is, we see this with the Great Resignation, and what data that I've seen, and I think we all are aware of, that it's projected about 60% of the job vacancies will be in our industry sector, projected up through 2025. So this is not a problem that's going to go away. To manage this better in your CDMO and even in your own facility, I think you have to think a little bit out of the box. Think about, instead of looking for job ready candidates or candidates that have looked at or have been in the science field who may not want to go through the ranks at this, starting at the bottom and in the manufacturing suite on up. You have to look at people who've got the qualities to be learning, that have learning agility and that have good problem solving, critical thinking to aspects to who they are. I think you have to work with the CDMO for sure, choosing the right one, selecting the right one, and I hope we get back to that because I think that's really important. But figuring out what does their pipeline of diverse talent look like, and are they changing a little bit about how they're looking for qualified talent? Do they provide a branding of sort for the sector? So, for example, do you provide that you will, because you could actually go to a Walmart. These folks could actually go, employees could go to work at a Walmart. Why would they want to work for you? Well, they want to work for you because you are supporting the greater good of humanity through the promotion of public health and providing great quality medicines. So just trying to see what the HR departments are doing to recruit this talent in diverse and new ways is really important. And then lastly, what I'd say is that you have to have a really strong onboarding foundational training for these new entrants into the industry, whether they're, 4 years out of college, 2 years out of a junior college or not. I mean, you really have to have a great onboarding foundational training. And
all right, let me, Christine, let me jump in here a second, and to all four of you. So I've been challenged on that type of argument. I've had sponsors say the quality of the regulatory and quality professionals at the CDMO has gone down. They're not experienced, and there's no, we can have the most open mind in the world, but what is the solution? Just don't go to that CDMO if their quality and regulatory people aren't very experienced. It's a difficult conundrum.
I think you're going to, so CDMOs have a perennial challenge in that they often have very high turnover, particularly at the lower levels, right? You get less experienced individuals in there. So you should expect that with whoever you choose to work with. You're really looking at the leadership and the established systems that have been put in place that you're going to be interacting with. But you as a drug sponsor are obligated to come in there and define and negotiate. I think Aaron and Christine and Carla all mentioned the quality agreement. The quality agreement is a really important document. You need to talk about whether you're going to allow mock inspections. How are you going to handle quality system decisions that are for another product, but perhaps are in the manufacturing area that your product's made in, right? If you're having environmental excursions in an aseptic filling suite and your product is made in that filling suite, how are you going to handle reviewing those deviations? Do you have the right to it? These are complexities that happen every single day when you use a contract manufacturing partner because of the need for confidentiality around that. And if you haven't worked out a system, you're going to run into problems with that. So if the quality group is not necessarily up to snuff, you need to come with solutions and propose them to try and find something that will work within their capabilities, but will meet your needs. At the end of the day, drug sponsor cannot offload their quality and regulatory responsibility to that CDMO. I mean, that's my definition.
Aaron, are you interested in jumping in on this topic?
Sure. I mean, I think it's part of the way that you can handle this is that if you have a preferred. I think it's probably easier for larger companies that have a lot of products, but when you have a preferred supplier that you use continuously, you can start to like, make sure that things are done to the standards which you expect. I think it's a lot easier then. It's also easier to build the technical relationship in that way, because you're going to have, because it's not something like you can go in, you're using a brand new supplier and they're going to do everything your way, right? Like, or the way you want it, you expect to have it done. I feel like it's a relationship that you build over time. And as they work with more and more of your products, they kind of understand what the expectations are and you figure out a way to work together. There's a lot of strategies for that, like just in terms of the communication, aspect of it, making sure, like, for example, if you have a deviation, when you're going to be informed, how you're going to manage it. If if there's certain things that happen over and over again, you can come up with a strategy together to stop them. And just like in terms of documentation, there's so much documentation going back and forth. And so I think, being able to set those standards up appropriately, if you use a preferred partner, it's a lot easier than, changing CMOs all the time.